Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I thought I would take you guys behind the scenes of things and show you my filming setup and how I create my videos. And I also thought I'd talk a little bit about why I decided to start a YouTube channel, as I am coming up to almost 2 years of being on. Actually, I think it's more than 2 years. Hang on, how long have I been doing this? I'm actually pretty sure it's coming up to 3 years of making YouTube content. So yeah, I thought I might make a video on it, as I know that when I very first started, I did a lot of research into the setup that I should get, especially for a beginner. And to be honest, I sort of struggled to find decent videos out there, you know, showing exactly what kind of equipment and things I should look at investing in, especially for beginners, when it came to making beauty content. There is a lot of videos out there showing you how to, you know, get certain setups for lots of other different style videos, but I couldn't really find all that many specifically geared around beauty and the kind of lighting that you needed and where to find it, you know, cheaper and things like that. So here I am, almost 3 years on, making this video for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. It is definitely a little bit different to the content that I usually bring you, but I'm hoping that you guys appreciate the change of pace on this channel, as yeah, I have noticed that definitely over the last couple of months slash couple of weeks, I should say, a lot of the videos that I have been posting hasn't really been getting that much traction lately, and it's probably just due to the content that I am putting out there. So hopefully you guys appreciate this change of pace. So be sure to leave me comments down below and let me know what you think, and if you have any questions about the setup that I don't mention in this video, please leave me some questions and I'll definitely get back to you on it. So the first question that a lot of people would like to know when it comes to filming is, what camera do I get? What's the best camera? There are so many out there on the market, and they really do range from being quite inexpensive to quite expensive. So to fill you guys in, the camera that I have been using consistently this entire time has been the Canon 200D, EOS 200D. Now, I have not had any dramas using this camera. I really do appreciate the fact that it automatically focuses. I find that very convenient, and it's something that I basically just turn on, click the record button, and I forget about it. I don't have to worry about you know, if it's in focus or if it's working, because I can see with my screen that I've got to the left of me that it's recording, and it's just hassle-free and easy to use. Now, the lens itself is a Canon zoom lens. It is an EFS 18 to 55 millimeter lens. Now, this was something that I did purchase on top of the camera itself. So at the time of purchase, which yeah was what, 2 or 3 years ago now, that whole setup for the camera and the lens itself cost me about $800 Australian. So not too expensive in my mind. I was pretty happy with that. Now, the second thing that you're going to need to get is a decent microphone. And again, I didn't really want to invest too much because I didn't know whether I was going to enjoy this experience. I didn't know whether this was something I was going to be able to do consistently. So again, I didn't want to invest too much money. So I did my research and I decided that I would invest in the Rhodes, one of the Rhodes microphones. Now, I don't actually offhand know the style of microphone that it is, but I'll have it somewhere on the screen for you guys now so you know what I'm talking about. But the one that I selected, it's quite small and it's great for people who do videos just like I do, or if you're wanting to do more of a vlogging moment and sort of, you know, take it with you and go places. Really ideal for that as well. The camera that I have, the Canon camera that I have, probably not the best for vlogging. It is a little bit on the heavier side, so there would be better options out there for you. But yeah, in this case, for the style of videos that I film, it's really quite perfect. Again, with the mic itself, very easy. You just plug it straight into the mic dock and on the camera, and it's good to go, no issues. I haven't had an audio malfunction yet. I hope this is working. But yes, in the 3 years that I've been filming, haven't had an issue with it yet, so pretty impressed with that. Okay, so the next thing, of course, is lighting, and this is crucial, and it can be very difficult to get right. Now, I am currently, and have been for quite some time, filming in my bedroom. Prior to this, I did have more of like a studio space, and I had like box lighting, and that was really, really good. I loved the box lighting. It softened things up a lot more, and I also had a ring light. So when I first started, I went on to eBay, and I paid for this pack. It was about $150, and I got 4 box lights, I believe it was, plus a screen that I could set up behind me if I wanted to do like a green screen or have like just a black curtain or something like that behind me. So all of that sort of came together for about $150 off of eBay. So you can find lighting quite cheap. The ring light was probably the biggest investment that I made. So that set me back close to $300, and it was good for the time that I used it. However, I wish that I had have gotten the bigger one. So the one that I got was still fairly large, but the camera that I've got was too big to actually fit on the inside of the ring light. So if I had have gotten the bigger size, that would have been more ideal, because I wouldn't have then had to go and get a tripod for my camera to sit on and then have the ring light behind it. And that was in the very, very, very early days. Now, since then, and since we've moved, and since we've moved into filming in my room, I have gone ahead and invested in a Ricky mirror. Now, the Ricky mirror was quite expensive. It was about a $500 investment. It has 4 lighting settings, I think it is. Also comes with a little remote, so I'll show you guys. But it comes with a little remote, so you can connect it to your phone and take photos with it, and you can control the lighting as well. So if I just click this, if it's not, oh god, don't make a liar out of me. Maybe it's not connected. Oh no!
A few moments later.
I've just discovered not working at the moment. I have to put more batteries in there, but basically you can control the light settings. It does have 4 or 5 light settings, obviously going from the lightest to the most intense, and you can also hook it up through Bluetooth with your phone and take photos with it using this remote. So really, really handy for doing Instagram live, Instagram stories, that sort of stuff. I really do find it very, very handy for that. And it does give off a decent amount of light for filming. Again, if I had the space, I would still definitely be utilizing my box lights, but it's just one of those things that we wanted to go for something that was going to be more, space friendly, if you will. So we decided to settle on the Ricky mirror. Now, again, off the top of my head, I think we invested something about $500 to $550 Australian dollars in the mirror, and I purchased this mirror about 2 years on from when I started YouTube. So I don't necessarily think that it's something that you need straight away, but it is what I am currently using at the moment, and I really do enjoy the amount of light that it gives off, and the fact that there is a mirror behind me so I can see what I'm doing when I'm applying on makeup and things like that, if I don't want to use my desk mirror as an example. I also, as I said before, I've got a screen to the left of me now. I invested in this monitor. It's just a HP monitor. I think it cost me about $150, something like that. Nothing too crazy. And I really like it because sometimes you'll see, especially when I'm holding up products and things like that, I'll be looking at the product in the monitor. Sometimes maybe it's not the best, because you're sort of looking at yourself all the time over there rather than looking at the mirror, looking at the camera. But I really do like it because it gives me a clear indication of exactly what you guys are seeing. So I'm more so, I don't look at it as much as what I used to when I first started, that's for sure. But I still find that it's very, very handy that it is there, because I can see the red dot in the corner. So I know that everything's working. I know it's recording and all those things. Before and prior to having a screen. The Canon camera itself has a little screen on the back, so I used to literally just flip it out and it would sit on the side and I used to see myself there. So the screen itself is not necessary to start with, absolutely not, but you can if you want to, sort of thing. So something to keep in mind. The other thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that if you didn't want to invest in a camera and you've got an iPhone or even a Samsung, perfectly, you can just go ahead and get yourself a tripod and set yourself up using one of those. They film in, well, if you've got the latest iPhone at the moment, I know that actually films in 4K. I believe the latest Samsung does as well. So, you know, if you've got a phone, you can definitely start off using that as well. Again, more of a cost-effective way. And it gives you an idea as to whether or not you're going to enjoy filming and going down that whole path, you know? So I feel like that's pretty much the general setup that I've got. The desk that I use, I literally just put it together from IKEA. It's just literally a bit of plywood on top with two Alexis drawers on either side, and I have a couple of the palettes that I'm currently using at the moment. I've got a fan, I've got my brushes, so yeah, I've got my Dyson because, like, God knows we need to get the use out of this baby. But yeah, so I just have pretty well basic things on my desk, things that I would reach for all the time. We'll probably be doing inserting some photos or shots of the desk at the moment. You will notice that I am missing my eyeshadow brushes. That is because they are currently in a deep clean in my bathroom right now. So of course I have them, they're just getting cleaned and I didn't have time to have them on display for this video today. I didn't really think it was that important. The other thing that I would definitely recommend you investing in, and I'm just gonna get it. So it's this little device here. So this is called the Lens Pen, and I think it cost me like $18 or something like that. Super inexpensive. But on one side it has this little felt cleaning tool, and so I just literally go over the lens with this, and then just to, you know, get out any bit of dust or anything that's stuck on the lens. And then on the other side I just slide this up on this side and it actually has a brush. Really soft, very easy to use, and I just literally go all over the camera just to get any dust off that may have accumulated over the week that I've had it sitting on the desk, sort of thing. So yeah, super inexpensive, and it definitely saves my life on so many different occasions. So really would highly recommend investing in one of these, because sometimes you can bump the camera, you get your fingerprints over it, all that sort of stuff. It can be a nightmare. So definitely go ahead and invest in one of these if you don't have it already. So yeah, that is pretty well everything that I use to do my YouTube videos. When it comes to editing, I edit on my MacBook, and I originally started using the iMovie application that is free with the Mac, and I've used it pretty well for the best part of the last 2 years, and I've only just recently invested in Final Cut Pro, and I'm now no longer doing any editing for my videos. I have my beautiful fiance to do that for me, because yeah, look, editing is not my favorite thing in the world, and he's very technical and very clever with those sorts of things. I am not. I'm a basic B, so it just wasn't working out for me. But he's very happy doing that, and I'm very happy with him doing that for me, so that works out quite well. But again, you know, when it comes to editing, it's not something that you have to invest a lot of money in. If you don't have a MacBook and you have a normal computer, I don't know what that would be, what term you would call that, because I've literally had a Mac now for the last like 15 plus years. But if you have a non-Mac computer, I know that there are quite a few free video editing programs out there that you can look at downloading and using as well. So that side of things, you don't really need to invest a lot of money in the beginning. You know, you don't need to have a huge production to make it work. It really comes down to the content that you're putting out and what you're talking about, and you know, the honesty that you're giving your audience. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. And of course you need to get some enjoyment out of what you're doing as well, because what's the point, you know? So yeah, that's pretty well it. Now, why did I start YouTube? I started YouTube because I developed this intense passion for makeup and skincare and cosmetics and hair and all these things. Now, I went from literally wearing no makeup at all, and any makeup that I wore, it was horrifically mismatched and just it was a bad time. In fact, I probably should film that video and show you guys just what I used to look like in my early 20s / early teens when I was at school, because it was not a good time, let me tell you. And I don't know what happened, but I just had this huge turnaround where all of a sudden I became really, really interested in makeup, and that just took off and turned into what it is today. And I now have a huge eyeshadow collection. I just have a huge collection, really, collectively, when it comes to makeup in all different areas. So I'm very, very happy that I've got it, and it was one of those things that I watched YouTube for years and years and years, which I think is where I definitely developed my passion for it, for sure. And I got to the point one day where I was like, you know what, I can do this, and I want to engage with people who are interested in makeup and the same sort of things that I'm interested in. And I didn't really have a lot of my friends weren't necessarily that I mean, they were interested, but they're not that interested in makeup the way that I certainly was. So this, for me, YouTube was a place where I could come and find a community that shared the same interests and passions as what I did, and I could share my thoughts and opinions with you guys. And it was a great little outlet for me, and that's why I've continued to do it. It's really, at the end of the day, I know I mentioned in the beginning of this video about the traction that I'm getting with videos and the views, but in all honesty, it's not really about that. It's about the enjoyment that you get from creating something and putting it out there for others to enjoy. And the comments that I get, you know, there are so many of you that have followed me for so many years now and who comment just religiously, and it's so great to communicate with you guys, and I genuinely do appreciate your love and support on this channel. I can't tell you how much it means to me and how good it feels when, you know, I might be having a stressful day at work or something might be going on, and I'll just check my YouTube stats and see what's going on in my community, and I've you know, generally got a whole bunch of really lovely comments to read and respond to. So it's uplifting, it gives me so much. I honestly can't even express how much it gives me, and that's why I do it that's why I continue to do it, and that's why I'm so grateful to have the audience that I have, and you know, and just to be able to communicate with you guys and share my thoughts and opinions on a whole variety of different things. So if you're out there and you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel and you're wondering whether or not you should do it, because, you know, it's a very I guess some people would say it's a flooded market potentially, I say do it, because it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, it doesn't matter how many comments per video you're going to get. What matters is the comments that you do get. What matters is the subscribers that you do have, and the feeling that that actually gives you in return. It's undescribable, and it's such a good feeling. So it's not so much about how much, it's about what you actually get, and it's such an exciting thing to have in your life, and it's a very unique thing to have. Not a lot of people do have it. If you think about the average person that you have in your current world, how many of them actually do have a YouTube channel themselves? I would wager not many, if any. So, you know, it is still a unique thing, and if it gives you satisfaction, if it gives you some purpose, and if it gives you, you know, enjoyment, then why not do it? You don't have to spend a fortune. You can start off really minimal and just see where it takes you. So that's everything for this video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope I covered off you know, everything when it comes to starting a YouTube beauty channel, I guess. Oh, also, when it comes to the name of your channel, don't think too much on it. I thought too much on it. I don't regret it today, but I probably could have just used my name at the end of the day. So that's the only other thing I'll say. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, I thoroughly enjoy and am thankful for all your love and support on this channel. And I will have another video coming up very soon. I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah. Bye, guys.